Welcome to Real Estate Talk. We're tackling your questions about real estate. Courtney, today's question, should I sell my house now?
So I want to hear your response first before I give my response, because you probably already know what my response is going to be.
I think
Yes.
so. I also know that you're probably going to hate this answer, but it depends on your situation and what you're looking for. We have a lot of information here that we can go through, but really, let's start there where it probably depends.
Well, let's think about it first from a motivation perspective. Like, what's motivating you to sell? Is it you need more space? Are you relocating due to a job change? Maybe downsizing? Maybe you're retiring? I think looking at where you are right now in life, where you want to be 1, 3, 5 years from now, and examining what's motivating you and where you see yourself is actually probably the best place to start.
Yeah, that's a good starting place. And I think that if you have to sell, like in some of the things that you touched on there, maybe the dilemma is actually, should I sell or should I rent it out? We should have an entirely different episode on whether to sell or rent it out.
Yes.
I would say the short answer sometimes is maybe this is just personally. There's a lot to being a landlord. We'll talk, at least on this episode, we can focus on the selling part of it. But it looks like you want to insert something here.
You know, I love all things investments. I mean, that's what I wrote a book about, getting the benefits of being a landlord and performing assets. So
we're talking to the right person. I'm the one that led with maybe you don't want to be a landlord. You're like, yes, you do.
Exactly. You do. But that's another episode. That's another episode. What other things should somebody consider beyond their motivations, Joe?
Yeah, market conditions, where right now, and my hesitation at the beginning when I heard the question was just thinking about the yo-yo sort of interest rates right now, where, we had this sort of nice decline in interest rates. This is a moment in time right now where we had the Fed interest rate cut. It brought rates down a little bit, and now they're returning back to, levels that they were at earlier this year too. And so everybody's watching that. But as interest rates come down, you're going to see more buyers enter the market. So as a seller, got to think like a buyer. You're going to know that if interest rates are coming down, there's probably going to be an increase in competition for your house, which could drive the price up, or at least get you favorable terms that you're looking for. And you're avoiding sort of the uncertainty of the future. If you do make a decision right now, you know what's happening right now. You can always adjust your plan in a little bit if things change in some dramatic way. Time of year also matters.
Definitely.
But you can know what's happening right now and avoid the uncertainty of the future if you list now.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that I talk about right now with clients is don't just focus on what's happening with rates to decide whether or not you should sell your home, because there's a quality of life component, right? Tomorrow's not guaranteed. If your quality of life is going to be enhanced by selling your home now and entering into a new chapter of your life, don't let the rates necessarily deter you. Look at it holistically. But I don't know. I'm a firm believer of quality life. We work so hard. Interest rates go up and down. And no matter what happens in the market, we know it's one big cycle. So
you're avoiding the cliche, which I really appreciate in this moment right now, date the rate and marry the home. Is that what it is? I think I got it.
It is.
And it's I'm so glad you didn't say it, but then I brought it up. But it is true. And I think that's my point before, and then you talking about yes, interest rates and market conditions, but also what are you really looking for? That is the balance that you'll walk, and different people are motivated by different things where, I think it comes down to your individual situation, and it can be challenging on the other side of this too. This is probably what I hear the most right now about selling, is not so much about the motivation to sell, even what's going on personally, or even what's going on in the market. But actually what happens on the other side when you become a buyer. So most sellers become buyers unless you're moving on to rent somewhere. But again, same sort of conditions and motivations are going to play into it when you're looking on the buy side. So you could take advantage of a really hot market and increase competition with buyers and drive up the price of your home. But then you will quickly become one of those buyers on the other side of the transaction. So you have to think 2 steps ahead.
finding that right timing is definitely like, it's an art.
Timing the market is almost impossible.
Yeah, yeah. And I think one thing that is actually really important that a lot of people forget about, like, yes, quality of life, yes, motivations, but also tax implications. We talked a little bit about like being a landlord and renting the house out, and that actually could be a consideration when you're looking to minimize your tax liability. But with the drastic increase in values all across the nation, some people may face capital gains taxes if they decide to sell right now. And so it's going to be really important that you consult with your CPA, your financial advisor, to understand what those ramifications would be in helping you decide whether or not to sell. But it ultimately has to be your decision, and you are the only one that can decide what is right for you.
That's right.
We'll be providing more information in the description box below to help you decide whether or not it's the right time to sell. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments, and we will be back with another episode with tips to help you navigate this world of real estate. I hope you have a great rest of the day. We'll see you next time.